Now let's discuss what is ascent of sap. Let's first of all begin with its definition. The upward movement of water along with dissolved minerals that we term as sap, right, from roots to the tips of stem, branches and the leaves is known as ascent of sap. So what is ascent of sap? It is basically the upward movement of the sap. What is sap? Sap means water that also contains dissolved minerals. So how this ascent of sap takes place? It takes place from roots to the tips of stem, branches and the leaves. So now let's discuss what is the path of ascent of sap. As you can see in the image, we have this root here, right? So from the soil, the sap is absorbed by the root hair, right? What does sap contain? Sap contains water along with dissolved minerals. So this sap is absorbed by the root hair. From the root hair, it is going to enter into the epidermal cells, epidermis, right? From epidermis to the cortex, from cortex to the endodermis, and from here endodermis to pericycle, pericycle to the xylem vessels. So this is how the ascent of sap takes place through this path. So let's just recall what is the path of ascent of sap. So we have root hairs first, means from the soil the sap is absorbed by the root hairs. Then the sap enters the epidermis, right? From epidermis here to the cortex. From the cortex we have to the endodermis. From endodermis to pericycle and then to the xylem. Now what is xylem? Xylem is basically a vascular bundle which helps in the conduction of water and minerals. So we have two vascular bundles, we have xylem and we have phloem. What is the function of xylem? Xylem helps in the conduction of water and minerals, right? And phloem helps in the translocation of food. Now in case of xylem, since the water is, or you can say water and the minerals, the sap is absorbed from the roots, through the roots, right? So this case the movement is in upward direction. In case of xylem, the movement is unidirectional, means in single direction, that is upward direction. But in case of phloem, the food is produced by the leaves. So from the leaves, the food is sent to all the parts of the plant. So in this case, the movement is not unidirectional, it is into many directions. So xylem is the vascular bundle that functions as a conductive tissue which transports water and minerals from the roots to other parts of the plant, and phloem is the vascular bundle which helps in the translocation of food, means the transport of food from leaves to other parts of the plant. So we are discussing the ascent of sap, which is what? It is the upward movement of water along with dissolved minerals that we call as sap from roots to the tips of stem, branches and their leaves. So I have shown you the path of ascent of sap. The sap is absorbed from the soil, it is going to enter into the root hairs, it is absorbed by the root hairs. From the root hairs it enters to epidermis. This is how you can make a flow chart out of this. So from root hairs to epidermis, from epidermis to the cortex, from cortex to endodermis, endodermis to pericycle and from pericycle to xylem, right? So this is how you will demonstrate the path of ascent of sap, means how the water and minerals, they are conducted from roots to the xylem vessels. Now this path of ascent of sap means the upward movement of water actually is a result of many forces. I am just going to name the forces, we will discuss the forces later. The forces are cohesion, adhesion, transpirational pull, then we can also talk about root pressure in this case, right? So these forces they together they are responsible for ascent of sap, means the upward movement of water and minerals, right. This is the path of ascent of sap. Now, as I told you that xylem is the tissue which is responsible for the upward movement of water, or you can say from by which the water is going to move from the roots to the other parts, right. So, how will we prove that xylem is the tissue that is responsible for this? We can perform certain experiments. For example, this is eosin test, which is a dye actually. Just take a beaker, take a freshly uprooted balsam plant, right, in which you can see the roots and the root hairs are intact. Take that balsam plant, put it into a beaker which is containing eosin solution. Left it undisturbed for 3 to 4 hours. After that, take the sections of stem, take the section of leaf, take the section of fruits. You will see that the xylem tissue, mostly the xylem tissue in case of roots, stem and leaf, it is going to appear differently. It will be stained red, or you can say orange red. Why this is happening? Because here we are proving that the conduction of water is basically through what? Through this xylem tissue. So, that is why the xylem tissue that is present in the stem, the roots and the leaves, it is stained red or orange red. That xylem is going to appear differently in this case. So, by this experiment, by this dye test, you can actually say that xylem is the tissue that is responsible for the conduction of water and minerals. So, remember, we have just taken a beaker containing eosin solution. We have put the balsam uprooted plant in which the roots and the root hairs are intact into this beaker. We are going to left it undisturbed for 3 to 4 hours. After this, we are going to take the sections from the root, from the stem and from the leaves. You will see that the xylem tissue that is there in the root, stem and leaf sections, you will see that it appears different. It is stained red or orange red, and this proves that conduction of water is basically through the xylem tissue. Another experiment we can perform to prove that xylem is a tissue responsible for the conduction of water. Just look at this. We have taken 2 beakers and we have taken the shoot, the stem of the balsam plant. In the first case, we have actually removed the outer bark, right. From some small portion of the stem, we have removed the outer bark part, and now we can say that the xylem part, which is found actually deeper, it is intact in this case. Xylem is intact in this case. In the second case, we have removed the middle part, the deeper one part, and we can say that here the xylem is not intact. The xylem here is not intact. Now, put these into beakers containing water. What you will see? In the case where the xylem was actually intact, the leaves remain fully turgid, right. They are in a complete distended state. But in the case where we have actually removed the xylem, the leaves, they become flaccid, right. They are going to lose water because the water is not going to enter. There is no continuous flow because from here in this site we have removed the xylem tissue. So, this experiment is also proving that xylem is responsible for the conduction of water, for the conduction of sap. So, I will just explain you it again, that we have taken 2 beakers containing water, we have taken 2 shoots from the balsam leaf. In one case, we have removed the outer bark, which is proving that the xylem tissue is actually intact in this case. In the second case, we have removed the middle part, we have removed the xylem, and the phloem is intact here, right. Now, as you can see, after some time you will see that in case of the apparatus A, the leaves will appear turgid because the xylem is intact, means there is continuous absorption of water. Since there is continuous absorption of water, the leaves are going to be in a fully turgid state because there is continuous movement of water in this case. Now, in the second case, we have removed the xylem tissue. So, there is a break here, means there is no continuous flow of water. That is why the leaves are going to be flaccid, they are going to shrink because they are not going to get water. So, in this apparatus B, the leaves will become flaccid. So, this experiment as a whole is going to prove that xylem is a tissue which is responsible for the conduction of water and minerals. So, let us recall that what is ascent of sap? The upward movement of water along with dissolved minerals or sap from roots to the tips of stem branches and their leaves. Now, what is the path of ascent of sap? The sap is going to enter into root hairs, then to epidermis, then to the cortex, then to endodermis, then pericycle, and then to xylem. And remember, the phloem is a tissue which is responsible for the transportation of food from the leaves to all the parts of the plant, right? And in these two experiments, we have proved that xylem is the tissue which is responsible for ascent of sap, means for the upward movement of water along with dissolved minerals, which we call as sap, from roots to the tips of stem branches and their leaves.